Hello everyone and welcome back to another Final Fantasy video. So exactly 3 months ago I released a video called the best PvP MMO in 2022, and oh boy, how was I right. Patch 6.1 we have right now in Final Fantasy have changed the game so much in PvP aspect that it's a completely new PvP game, and it is making World of Warcraft's PvP and Guild Wars 2 PvP looking like a child game. This is what we are looking at. This is the real deal, and I'm saying it. This is the real deal, and especially because people have been asking, for example, in World of Warcraft for many years to get solo ranked in PvP, and they still today don't have it. They have a fun shuffle mode which doesn't have ranked on it, and I know in a recent interview they have said they're gonna get it somewhere in the next 1-2 years, but Final Fantasy was like, you know what, we're gonna save all those people and create a solo ranked, and they did it. They did it. So let's go through why I mean this game has now become the best PvP MMORPG in the world right now, and you wanna like it. So first of all, they have been redoing the whole PvP system. They basically removed all the spells on every character and replaced them with new spells, which they believe is the better for PvP. So when you open up your PvP profile right now and you go to the section here, let me just get rid of this video here. When you open up the PvP section here, PvP profile, and you go to job, you will then see this is your spells. All of the classes, all the jobs in the game right now only have 12 spells maximum. So as you can see right now, I have changed my interface to look like this, so I only have 12 spells below me, and then I just have like my call out commands for like emoting, like emotes, and then mark people if I need to mark someone to say, hey, we have to kill that guy, or even use my mount in frontline. So in all, no matter what class job you play in this game now, you only have 12 spells in PvP. In PvE you still have those 20-30 spells, just like all MMOs. But in PvP you have 6 spells, which include sprint. So you could say without sprint you have 11. But that is so cool, because it's a problem for me in some MMOs that you have way too many spells. I know in Guild Wars 2 and Elder Scrolls Online you don't have many spells too, but in World of Warcraft you have so many spells in PvP that it sometimes can probably be frustrating to handle all those spells at the same time do PvP. But that's what basically Final Fantasy have fixed. They have done a remapping on how the spells work, so the spells here are much better now. In PvP it's much more solo. For example, you have a rotation where you need to click on your number 1 spell, number 2 spell, number 3 spell. They basically merged them into one spell, so you just press now this one here and it automatically switches to the other spell next time you cast it. So you can see here, it's first time it's Heart Slash, then Siphon Strike, and then Soul Eater. It's making it so much more fun to PvP, because now you just have to look at your rotation, where you're standing, where the enemy is, and then spam 1 to do your normal damage attack, and etc. They have also given everyone a healing spell, which is using mana, so it is mana points, and everyone has this spell here, so everyone can actually heal themselves, which makes healers a bit more. You don't really need a healer in ranked, like, you don't need them. They are nice, but they have also changed healers. For example, if I go quickly and change to one of my healers, there we go. Here you see. So basically, as a healer now, I only have 2 healing spells which I can cast on people. I have this one here called Cure, and if I use that one, it's gonna heal me for, you can see there, boom, 12,000 and 12,000 again. But now I don't have any more healings back. Now it's recharging and waiting before it can get ready again. This is basically helping removing that boring healer gameplay where you just have to sit and spam the same healings. Like every time you see some of your teammates going down, you click on them and you just spam healing. Like spam, 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 spam. No, that's not a thing anymore. Now you gotta, use them carefully, use them whenever people they actually need them and when they don't have mana enough to heal themselves. You still have this one here, this one which is gonna heal yourself like everyone else has. Super strong self-healing, and everyone has it now. but it's going to use the mana, you can see here. You also have a PvP trinket now, so everyone can use a PvP trinket to get out of stuns, and everyone also have this guard where basically they take 90% less damage from people and get immune to like a lot of like CCs, which is really cool. So if you know they're going to go hard on you, you're going to use that guard for 5 seconds and really destroy their plan. PvP trinket to get out of stuns and whatever you like, a stun, heavy, bind, silence, half sleep, sleep, and so on, and your insane self-healing. And then of course you have the normal healing. White mages also have what they have like a charge spell, so they can like jump on an enemy, attack them, and then they get a free new like a cure level 3, which is also healing everyone around you. So they have a bit more healing in that way. Also, everyone has now got this standard issue elixir, which basically takes 4.5 seconds to cast, and if you get attacked while using it, you get interrupted. It basically gives you full health and full mana points. So if you like, okay, you're like, I'm low on mana points to heal myself, I'm low on health, no one is gonna attack me for 4 seconds now, or I can go around a corner. Use this one. It's like resetting your game, like it's resetting you totally, and then you're back at the game again, which is insane. So just to say, on PvP profiles, PvP profile, everyone got 12 spells now, super cool. Everyone has a great self-healing, a PvP trinket, a guard, and a reset potion. All super awesome and fun to play with. And then sprint. Sprint is really cool now. Sprint is actually, it's like unlimited on you. When you use sprint now, you run super fast, and also it's never going off. It's first going off when you actually do an attack or if someone attacks you. So if you have to run on the overside of the map, sprint and just run over there. You don't have to think about how long sprint is gonna be there, which is insanely fun. So that's my main issue. That's my main take on why I think right now Final Fantasy PvP is one of the best, because of the gameplay. You have so little spells you need to care about. For example, in my damage rotation here is 1, 2, 3. You can see I have like basically 3 spells. I have a CC as a white mage. I have a 5th one, which, well, I have like another damage here, which require my meter to go all the way up. But you know, I don't need to think about 100 spells. And I have a cooldown, which is like giving a shield, which is also pretty cool. So it's just so, you're gonna get the key bindings into your fingers very fast. Next topic. So basically they removed the PvP mode called the Feast, and it replaced it with a PvP mode called Crystalline Conflict, which is super fun. It reminds of Overwatch 2, where you have that card you have to push in the middle. So it's in the middle of the match, and then you have to like push it to the other side of the map. Like, it's in the middle of the map. It's like a big crystal in this game, and then you have to push it to the enemy's team, and it's only 5 minutes long. And it's gonna save in the top how long you actually pushed it, like 0 out of 100%. So if your team have pushed it 40%, and then the enemy's team push it 45%, and the time goes out, then it ends. But if the enemy team is about to lose, and they still stand in the crystal to move it, then it will go overtime until they get out of that crystal, so it doesn't move anymore, then they will lose or win. So if they can push it all the way up to 41%, and the other team only have 40, then you actually are going to win with overtime. So the overtime can really save your ass if you're standing on the crystal once the time goes out. So keep that in mind. You have casual mode and you have ranked mode. It's only solo queue, which means you can only queue up solo and alone. It's purely alone. So I know some people, they will say, well, I always play with my friend in PvP, so what now? Well, you still have Frontline, which is a 24 versus 24 versus 24. It's basically 3 teams. Big PvP, massively fun. So if you want to play with your friend, you can still do that one, and I recommend you queuing up through the one here called Duty Roulette and take the Frontline here to get your bonus. But for the ranked PvP, currently it's only solo queue, but I have seen people crying and yelling and asking for getting duo queue, so you just at least can, you know, queue up with a friend. So just like in League of Legends, where solo queue is basically solo and duo, which I believe is actually a good thing. So I kind of hope they're gonna add it so the ranked one here can both do solo and duo, and then maybe add another one where it's like 5 versus 5, like where you actually have a full pre-made team. So having like a solo duo queue and a 5 pre-made team, but they're working on it. But they still have a few issues. So some of the class in this game, especially Dragoon, they are a bit overpowered, so they are still like tuning a lot of things because it's totally new. The whole PvP in this game is like totally complete new, so that's why they're still like working on it. But yeah, that's the new PvP mode, which is insanely fun. Like you're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna love it, and you will unlock it at level 30. So just go in, log in, get to level 30, try it out. I think you're gonna enjoy it. You will. I definitely enjoy playing it. I'm just gonna switch back to my main Dark Knight. There we go. So that's like the main things. They redone the whole spell system. You only have 12 spells now. They have given us a new PvP mode, which is insanely fun. And also, they have given us something really cool called Adventure Plates. So Adventure Plates is something where once you get into the battleground, and well, actually, that's not the right one I wanted to use. Portrait. Oh, that's there we go. Portrait. Save. Apply to Adventure Plate. Advice. Good, there we go. So Adventure Plate is a new thing that has come in Final Fantasy, which is allowing you to customize your profile. So for example, when I queue up to a battleground or crystalline conflict, it will first show my team, which I'm on, and it will actually show each of our adventure plates. Like, in my case, it's going to show up this picture as me. And someone could have made a picture where, they're like, some funny stuff, or even, remove the, like, turn around the character and show ass, something like fun like that. Don't get too nasty with it, because people get banned for it. So be careful with what you do. But still, this adventure plate is great. They basically show when you're online. They're basically showing like what kind of stuff you're into. Like, for example, me, I love PvP. I'm a casual player and I like to do dungeon fighters. That explains pretty good on how I am in the game. Shows the guild and what rank I am, what level and class I am. But still, when you get into the background, it just shows like 5 pictures, who's on your team. It shows the classes and the cool picture that you made, which you make under portrait. So you go down here, character, portrait. You also have adventure plate here, portraits. Then you go in here, create the portrait. So basically, you just add a new one, edit it as you want. I'm gonna make a separate video for this. And then when you're done, you right click on it and say use as instant portrait. Not adventure plate actually, but instant portrait. Instant portrait is the picture you show when you get into a crystalline conflict. Then it's going to show that picture. So if you only clicked on you apply adventure plate, it's not going to show up. But this is basically personalized. So you like in League of Legends, when you play, you have all the teams there, and it shows the avatar or the character they played in some kind of like graphic. But this is much more fun. This allows you to create a unique picture that you want to show, which I kind of enjoy. So I like this one. So that's just another take on how personalized it can be. Keep in mind another very important thing on why I like a lot Final Fantasy PvP, and it's actually, this is probably the #1 thing. You have PvP profiles, templates. You don't care about the gear in PvP, which I think is a big mistake in similar games like World of Warcraft, where you care about, oh, I need to get legendary, I need to get that, I need to play 200 hours of PvE to get the items I need to actually play PvP. No, that's a big mistake. If people, they just want to do PvP and play a balanced PvP where everyone is the same strong, but it's about skills, then it's the wrong way to do it. Because here, for example, you can see as a tank, you have 60k HP. If I change into a DPS, for example, if I change into the Reaper, you will see that I have 58. So that's the template for that DPS, that it has that much like HP. If I then switch into a healer, it's gonna have, oh, okay, let me get full health. So you saw tank was 60k, the DPS was 58, and the healers is 51, which means the DPS is actually almost as strong as tanks, not much difference. But healers, you can see they are differently not as strong, like they cannot take as much damage. So if you see a healer on the enemy's team, you probably want to go them, because they have 10k or actually 9k less HP than tanks, and about 6-7k less than DPSs. So you really want to go to the healers, because they also can use healing spells, which you don't want them to do. So kill them, just force it. and mark them. Importantly that you mark, which is another really cool thing in this game, is if you go to, I think it's down on party, and then signs, yeah, then you can drag these down to your your key bindings, for example, as you can see I've done here. So when I press Control 1, it basically marks the person that I tell everyone to kill. So I can just quick Control 1, and then it marks it and everyone knows, okay, we have to go on that guy. Just gonna move around. There we go. So I really recommend doing that. Another thing, quite importantly, is you might ask, how toxic is PvP in Final Fantasy? Because if you play, for example, let's say Guild Wars 2, and you do one battleground in there, trust me, someone is gonna tell you something bad. That's just how Guild Wars 2's PvP is. It's becoming a big toxic, like League of Legends. And in Final Fantasy, you're probably asking, how will this not be a thing in Final Fantasy? Well, they did what probably League of Legends also should do. They basically disabled the chat. They did. The only way you can communicate with people in the chat itself is by going into your PvP profile, go to quick chat, and this is the only thing you can say while playing. You can say hello when it starts, so you can use that one. You can put it down on your key bindings. You can say good match. You can say thank you, sorry, nice job, limit break. You know, basically a lot of the retreat, push the crystal, or fall back, retreat. You know, you can give the important things you need to say to people, but not not telling them you're bad, destroy it, uninstall your game. You know, those stuff, which makes people quit the game. So I actually believe they had done something really great here by saying you're not allowed to talk to people. You can use these commands and talk about the objectives in the game, but you're not allowed to trash talk someone just because they don't play the way you like. Which I personally think is the right thing to do. I think this is the right thing, because we have seen on the internet people, they just can't behave themselves in PvP when chatting. So I think it's better to say, well, we're then muting you, but you can still use those things. I'm a fan of it. I think it's actually a good thing. Because the reason I left League of Legends was I was so tired of getting trash talked every time I played a game. I might not be the best League of Legends player, I might be a very big noob, but you know, getting trash talk every minute in that game was just too much for me. And I know people say you could just mute the chat or boom 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 boom, but that's not the thing. I don't want to be the person who has to mute the chat. No, because they still probably trash talking me now. I can see it. It's the thing here that basically the game developers of Final Fantasy have said no, not for you, which I like. Last thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the crystalline conflict, because you're probably asking, okay, so what about this ranking? Because if you go into your PvP profile, you will then see on crystalline conflict that you have a rank. So how does this work? Well, let me show you something on the screen. Okay, so as you can see on the screen right now, I have logged in on na.finalfantasyxiv.com/lodestone ranking crystalline conflict. And here you can see you can pick your data center, which data center you're playing on, and then you have the ranking for actually like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crystal. So as you can see right now, I am in bronze 3, and also I can see that in the game itself. By here you can see bronze 3. You can see there bronze 3. So what happens is when you play this game is that when you win a game, you're getting a star. So you can see here I would get a star then. And once you have full stars, you just need one more game and it's going to upgrade you into the next ranking. So I will go up to bronze 2 and then bronze 1. And if I then, I just need all the time to win and I get more stars. And you might ask, what happens if you lose? Well, then you lose a star and you get one back. So if you win one and lose one, you're back at where you started. So you actually have to win more than losing. If you win 3 in a row, then all the wins after that is giving you 2 stars. So if you win 4 times, you're going to get 3 for the first 3, and the 4th one is going to give you 2. Which is pretty cool. So in my case, I'm at the lowest rank in the entire game. And you can also just click view ranking, and it's going to open up the rank website, where you can see it's a pretty cool website. I like it. So you can see here, we have all the best players in the world. They're basically playing in Crystal. So you have Bronze, you have Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, and Crystal. A very important thing to know is you cannot go down in ranking once you switch to another rank. If you get to Bronze 2, you can still get back in Bronze 3. If you get to Bronze 1, you can still get back in Bronze 3 also. But once you get up in Silver, you will never be able to go down in Bronze again. Like every time you get a new tier or new ranking, like main ranking, you gotta stay there forever. You cannot go down, you can only go up. So for the people who are playing in Crystal, they will never be able to go down again. They will keep in Crystal and, you know, get their rewards, because there is some rewards you can get, like you get some frame kits, like, you know, when you do these adventure plates, then you have like some things you can show off that you're pretty like a pretty good player. So in my case, I'm gonna get this bronze one here to show off that I'm a bronze player, and I get some trophy crystals so I can like buy items. And then I can see here the best 31 to 100 is getting this. The best N to 30 is getting this. And #1 player in the world is gonna get this one. Per data center. So like per data center. Which is pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, so basically you have the bronze where you need to... So basically for bronze you will need to get up to bronze 1. And again, get your stars. And then you break in to the next rank, you could say. Then you get into silver, you get into gold, you get into platinum, you get into diamond, and etc, etc, etc. But again, every time you rank up, you cannot rank down. You can only rank down in the same rank. You know, you can get from silver 1 to silver 2, and so on. But again, you will never be able to go from silver to bronze. Once you're in silver, you stay in silver, which I personally like. I feel that's much more relaxing. Yeah, but keep in mind, this is the season 1. It's going to be there for quite a long time, so it's you have plenty of time to go in and, you know, have fun. So cool system. You go in again to PvP, you sign up for the ranked mode. Oops, there, ranked mode. You play it, and you get your stars. You just need to get full stars, win another game, and you get into the next, you know, next rank, and so on, so on, so on. Just go in, keep grinding. And again, keep in mind, your gear doesn't matter. Just get to level 30 in this game, and you don't even have to think about the raids anymore, dungeons, anything. You can just have fun by doing PvP in this game, and never think about gear. And you're probably asking, can I actually get nice gear? Can I look nice by just playing PvP? And yes, you can. Because every time you win, every time you play a game, you can see here, you get 20 of these elegant tombstones, which allow you to actually buy this armor here. Though it requires you to be level 80, I think it is, yeah. But still, every time you do PvP, you also get XP in PvE. And then you can actually go and buy this set here if you want it. But also, if you go into currencies, you're getting these wolf marks. And you also get these trophy crystals. So actually, like, buy other transmogs. Important thing that I totally forgot to talk about is they have added Battle Pass, which is free. So when you open up PvP profile and you go in here to Series Malmstone, you actually have like a Battle Pass here, which unlocks. And once you get to 25, you unlock a sick looking outfit. Trust me, it's looking so good. It's like Sauron. I'm not even sure if someone here has it. Nah, doesn't look like. Oh well. So you can see, for example, I'm level 9 now, so I could get my reward in this one here. 1,000 more of these, and 1,000 more of these. So basically what you could do is you could go down here in, well, again, PvP is happening down on this island here called Wolf's Den Pier. So you have to go to the normal map here, the source. Go to La Noskia. Get down here in the left corner, Wolf's Den, and you need to be level 30. And you have to take the boat from here, from Morobase. So basically you go from Limsa down here. So yeah, take the road down here, go down here, and take the boat from here. And then you get out here. And before you can do the conflict here, you need to do a quest. I think you just have to go to this island here, and then it will give you the quest. So basically we have vendors down here which sells you stuff. So we have like a wolf color exchanger where you can like get some exchanges. Those crystals you're getting from the battle pass, you can buy stuff from here. So for example, I could say I want that's like spellcasters, that's like damage like physical. So I can like, okay, I want to see what gear you have. I want to see what you have for Dark Knight. Fine. Try on. Save. Try on, try on, try on, try on. Okay, so I can actually buy this as a Dark Knight. But if you, for example, you played a, let's say, Dragoon, you could get this one. And again, if you have, for example, on my White Mage, then I would have to talk to him again and say, casters, White Mage, and I could look like this. And also you have weapons, so for example you could go in here and say, actually I want to see how the Reaper look like. So I can say Reaper, so, oops, not comparison. There we go, so this, oh my god, that's actually pretty cool. So that's the Reaper, and then we want to see the weapon too. So Reaper, there we go. So that's the Reaper armor you can get from these, and then, oh my god, what the hell? The Reaper's weapon is like, you know, a scythe, and when it's on your back, it's like collapsed, like it's closed. But once you begin attack, it opens up, and this one is massive. I definitely need to buy that one. And again, as you can see, the stats on these items are horrible. But again, that's because it's purely for, in World of Warcraft you call it transmog, in this game you call it glamour. And again, then for the Wolf's Mark you get every time you do Battleground, so every time you do any PvP related thing, you get these wolf marks, you get quite a lot of them. Then you can go to this guy here, and again, buy any type of gear. So again, you have like the physical, the mages, and other. So I could go on weapons, then we could take the one called wolf gear, and find the weapon for Dark Knight, that's the one. Cool. Actually, that's one of the most powering one. Let's take Beast Lord. So let's find Dark Knight. There we go. And then armor. Beast Lord. Oh. There we go. And you can look like that. You could basically be a snake. He looks like a snake now. With a snaky weapon. So don't worry about not looking cool in PvP. You will still be able to get all these cool transmog. As we're speaking right now, they have a corporation, like a thing with a, there's like a TV series somewhere in the world called Garrow, and right now you can actually buy those armors from Garrow down here. So for example, I have the one for me, which is this one here. So that's the Dark Knight called, I think he's called, yeah, he's called Keeper, like my title. So you can look like him with his sword. And once you have the full gear you buy from this lady down here, once you have the full, like both weapon and also armor, then you can talk to her and say, I want to get a title. Then you get the title of your class. And then every time you do PvP, for example, let me show you here. Achievements, PvP, and mount. Then you get these, where it basically tells you to use the title. Yeah, while using the title. So if I win 30 games, I'm gonna get this mount here called Golden Pipe, which I'm actually not quite sure how it looks like. Golden Pipe. Okay, so that's like a flying horse made out of gold. I'm gonna show you on screen now. I just found it like on randomly on the internet. There you go. So that's the one I can get if I play if I win 30 games with this title on, which is pretty cool. I like it. And then also you have this one down here where you need to win 10 front lines. So, and then you get a Gringa Pipe, and down here you need to win 60 front line or Crystalline Conflict, and you're gonna get Rhaego Pipe, etc. So that's just like a bonus information. But yeah, so enjoy your little free battle pass. your rankings, your very small, like no spells at all, and just have fun. And while you're practicing your character, you have down here dummies you can attack. So you can see down here, that's dummies you can attack. And when you're done with fighting the dummies, it's important you click on it, click on the name, and say reset. Then you get out of combat. If you go out on that platform there, you can then duel people. So you can right click on them and duel. So it's pretty cool. I like that. Definitely. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a very long half-hour video, but I think it's worth it to mention why I think this has become the best PvP MMO ever. No stats, everyone has profiles. Tanks is usable and very good in PvP. In World of Warcraft you would never use a tank, like never use a tank in arena. So tanks, very useful, healers useful, DPS useful. You can change your look with glamour. No spells almost, only 12 spells, PvP profiles, a battle pass you can grind, cool mounts you can get. It has everything. It has everything, and you don't have to think about getting the best stronger gear so you get stronger than other people. It's just about skills. It's just about skills. So, thanks for watching. It was a pleasure making this video. It was a long one, but I hope you enjoyed it. So, I'll see you in another video, and let me know in the comments what you think about this, and why, and if you agree with me that this is the best PvP MMO out there, as I feel. Thanks for watching.